Cause when that trumpet sound, boy, you don't wanna miss out. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in the Lord or you out the Lord. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in the Lord or you out.
Yes, give him round of applause. Yes, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
All right. Got some crowd participation today, huh?
Yes,
And they kind of scarce, but they there.
Hey, there. Hey, at least y'all there.
Yeah, man. It's been we've been on that road, huh? Been on that road. We were supposed to do it last week. Had to go to a funeral, but now we back. We still recouping from F3. That was a good weekend.
It's a good weekend.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, we still recuperating from coming back to the workforce of Babylon, and ain't really got no rest. I know I ain't, but we back here. We here again. We got a good lesson for you. Vern got a good lesson for you. Anything before we get started out?
I think we covered most of it out. Just, like I said, we're getting back to it. I guess we can kind of give an explanation, kind of direction that we're kind of trying to take moving forward. Just to let y'all know, we do, got some things in mind moving forward. Doing some things different, with the presentations and things like that. Also dealing with some other brothers and sisters that we got some good information to come bring forth to you. Most High willing, in the near future, we'll be doing a praise in the park.
Yes,
So most High willing, we'll be having more information about that tomorrow. And we'll be somewhat local, just giving the praise up to the Most High, being able to, just gather. He said, 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, and he's going to be present.
in the midst.
Yes, sir.
We got a couple of current events out.
All praise.
Ain't gonna be too long with them. We'll get into this lesson. But we got Mr. Plead the Fifth, Mr. COVID man himself, Anthony Fauci. This is a 12-minute video, but we ain't gonna watch the 12 minutes of it. But
yeah, I wanted to hear your thoughts on that for sure.
But we gonna play a little bit of.
So do y'all children know who Fauci was or is?
Hey, look, don't start.
Y'all remember when COVID-19 happened, right?
Yeah.
He was pushing the vaccine on everybody. He was telling everybody they need to get it.
Yeah, there's some folks that need to get the vaccine. They use. I should have pulled this one video up. But it was a brother they went to, and when they was doing their campaign, and the brother was getting on them, and the sister was trying to advocate for the vaccine and whatnot, and at the end, when they realized that they wasn't gonna get anything from old boy, they started to leave, and then he said, y'all using scare tactics to push y'all narrative. Yeah, and that's how they do. So There's gonna be a lot of people in this world. I don't know if they're gonna show it or I.
So I seen one cat, he basically was upset because he took it because of fear of his job and whatnot. Because I'm not even the type of person to get flu shots or none of that, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So then, but he ended up taking it, and now he upset. You know, he said once he took, he got immediately sick. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so he got sick, thought he was gonna die. You know,
Yeah, I ain't gonna find it.
and now for Buddy pleading the fifth,
Yeah,
it's rocking a lot of people's boats.
yeah, for sure. Let's see what
It is illegal
they got
to
to say.
obstruct the work of the United States Congress. So when Anthony Fauci repeatedly says this to a group of senators,
I will invoke my right under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution to refrain from answering your questions.
and says that 111 times over the course of several hours, refusing to answer every question he was asked last week.
Well, nothing says honesty like taking the fifth, huh, Doc? Let's try something. What day of the week is it today? What color tie are you wearing? What color's the carpet in front of you?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Super awkward, but is it illegal?
There will be repercussions to your refusal to testify today.
This is about contempt. Contempt for this body and contempt for the American people.
Some breaking news this morning. The Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee has voted to hold Dr. Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress.
Republicans under Donald Trump have declared fresh war on the man who basically overnight was suddenly the most influential and prominent public health voice during the pandemic. Now, he won't tell them a thing. How long can he keep that up?
Who the do you think you were for doing that?
See. But we get the point with Fauci.
Whether you are
you know how the internet do during the lesson. It's gonna be buffering because it wasn't buffering right before y'all pulled up. But yeah, so we see that now they are questioning Fauci about all these things, and he ain't answering not one question. Here it said over 111 times. So whoever was keeping count must have been extremely bored and said, let me start keeping count of how many times he said this. So every question they asked, that was his response. But like I said, folks want to get in power, be famous or whatnot, so they got to do certain things to achieve that goal. And his goal was to be the medical doctor during COVID, and talking about they did all these researches and all this other stuff. But just like we were saying about that brother, he said 20 years is not long enough for no testing or no vaccines to be put in folks' body, let alone 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And they tried to spend it, but whoever that brother was, all praises to him because he stood on business that day, and he got worldwide publicity. You know what I'm saying? And now, with his work, it didn't go in void because now look what happened. 5 years later, 6 years later, how long it was, but that is on that one. Man, I hit this. I think it's Proverbs 18. Proverbs 18:24.
Proverbs 18 and 24, and it reads, a man that hath friends must show himself friendly, and there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother.
What does that mean?
Man, to me that sound like it's a man that has friends must show himself friendly. Like, so if you got friends, you gotta be living up to that expectation.
Yeah.
And then it say, and there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. Like, I suppose like So there's a saying that they said blood is thicker than water, but what they're not telling you is what it was the blood of the covenant is thicker than water. So they was telling you that there's those that's gonna be spiritually your brother and sisters.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're saying that could make you closer than your physical, actual brother. And alludes to the Mashiach, if you ask me.
Yeah. Let's ask one of the show ladies. I'm gonna ask the oldest in the room, nephew. How would you prove being in high school, sophomore, right? Being a sophomore in high school, how would you prove a friend, or how can you decipher a friend from an associate? You know what associate is? Associate would be you and Timothy got the same classroom and y'all talk on occasion because y'all in the same class. You know what I'm saying? So what would be a friend that you would put a person in a friend category instead of an associate category? It's very simple. Very simple. Look on that wall behind your Uncle John. What is them right there? Yep. What is them? What that look like? Well, stand up, go look over there. You ain't on camera. Yeah, what does that say? Commandments, right? So we know how you can prove a friend is by these commandments, right? So that would be the difference between an associate and a friend, because your friend is going to tell you to do right. An associate may tell you to cheat, do something that you're not supposed to be doing. But what we about to watch right here is the main reason why you have to prove a friend. And we late to the situation because we've been out on the road. But Nolan Wells, let's play this real quick. Y'all pay attention to this.
It's about Nolan Wells.
Y'all know what happened with Nolan Wells? So y'all got these phones and y'all surfing everything else, but the things that matter. These are actual current events and actual things that happen. Folks' lives is on the line. So let's see what happened to Nolan Wilson. Y'all pay close attention and hear what they say.
We now know some of the findings from the preliminary independent autopsy for Nolan Wells just weeks after his body was found following a boating trip with his friends. Cause of death.
What was found? His body. Right?
How old was he?
He around the boy's age. He was in. Yeah, he
has not been determined.
That's right. So his parents and his family attorney say that they are committed to finding out what exactly happened to this.
Yeah, hopefully they can. Lee Waldman breaks down what we have learned so far and what still needs to happen.
Days after a funeral for their son in Mississippi, Nolan Wells' parents remain determined to find out what happened.
Any parent that would be in this situation, you would do anything to find out what happened to your child.
We want to know what happened to our son.
Wells' body was found on July 6 on the shoreline of Horn Island off of Mississippi's coast following a boating trip with friends on the 4th. Results from the official autopsy performed by the Mississippi State Medical Examiner's Office have not yet been released, pending the outcome of standard toxicology tests. The Wells family requested a second independent autopsy, which found the 18-year-old's cause and manner of death undetermined, pending investigation, according to the family's attorney.
This pathologist cannot rule out if any intervening non-accidental factors contributed to or caused the death of Nolan Wells. Understand, he's saying based on the examination of the body, he cannot rule out foul play.
In the independent autopsy report, Dr. Roger A. Mitchell Jr. explains he did not have access to all of Wells' remains after the state's autopsy, including a portion of Wells' neck. He noted retaining that neck structure during an initial autopsy is a, quote, common forensic.
Y'all look at Oh, y'all can't see it on there. Okay, y'all see them pictures? That's what the autopsy would look like. Everybody's autopsy is gonna look like when you pass away, no matter how you end up out of here. But you see them red squiggly marks on the back of that head to the right, top right. Yeah.
What they talking about right here?
The squiggly line on the back of the head, that means it was a blunt force trauma. That means somebody hit him in the head with something and split his head open.
They was fighting. They jumped on him.
They jumped on him. There's another video.
So y'all know what the autopsy is? That's when you pass away, they go back and research what happened to your body.
They're finding the cause of death.
Cause of death.
Which is why they cannot rule out foul play.
When they say foul play, what that sound like?
That means
something wrong.
Something wrong. Somebody intentionally did something. Intentionally hurt that young boy. And if y'all remember that picture where they had them white boys blurred out, them were the people he was on the boat with.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why it's important.
I put air quotes in.
Yeah, this is why it's important to prove a friend. This is why I always tell my children, y'all don't have friends, you have associates.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So your friends more than likely gonna be in this truth. You may have a couple of friends outside this truth that still want to do right, but majority of your friends is gonna be in this walk of life that you in this community, because they're gonna hold you accountable. Like I always said, Jeremiah, Vision's son, he a good friend. Tavia and Yaya, them is good friends. Your cousins, the folks that's in the truth, are gonna teach you and tell y'all to do good, to hold you accountable, because you being held accountable is building good character and good morals.
And I think they understand that these laws keep you safe.
Yeah, the laws keep you safe. And this happened right before we went to South Carolina. This happened on the 6th, I think. We went on the 10th. So, yeah. So we're just now coming up on the month of his death. You know what I'm saying? So let's finish this out.
Forensic pathology practice. Wells' body was found in the water. Attorney Ben Crump points out they don't know how he got there.
We still have more questions than we have answers.
I'm Lee Walton reporting.
I know how he got there, but you know, the social media is ran.
What if you could make a song using only your
Rothschilds, the families, the 13 families and whatnot, but they all revolve around one, and you don't hear or see about them, but their name out there, I can't remember their name. No, they're over the Rothschilds. Yeah, but the Rothschild is the main ones you hear, but there's one family name that's above them all, and they. Yeah. All right, so this next one is almost really like a historical fact about a slave ship that was found in one of the islands. I'm not sure when it is, but I stumbled upon it today as I was doing Mother 2 current events. So we'll see if this thing gonna act right and play. But we ain't gonna play it all, we're gonna play a little bit.
An underwater drone went into the Mobile River and found something that had been sitting in the mud since 1860. The hull of the Clotilda, the last known slave ship to bring Africans to America, sunk by its own captain to destroy the evidence. Scientists watching the footage went quiet. For generations, their families carried this story without proof. The ship stayed hidden in that mud for 160 years. What the cameras found down there, nobody in that room was prepared for it. Everything that drone passed over in the mud started with one man's BET that he could get away with something. In 1860, a wealthy mobile businessman named Timothy Meeher put money on it directly. that he could still bring captives across the Atlantic and land them on American soil, more than 50 years after Congress had made it illegal. He handed a ship captain named William Foster $9,000 in gold and a two-masted schooner called the Clotilda, a vessel built for hauling lumber and quietly fitted underneath its deck with a hidden space no lumber inspector would ever think to look for. That false wall is the same one the drone's cameras would find still standing in the hull 160 years later. It was built right there in Mobile before the ship ever left for Africa. Foster left Mobile on the 4th of March with a crew of 12 who had no idea what the voyage was really for. He reached the West African port of Ouidah in mid-May, in the kingdom of Dahomey, in what is now Benin, and found a holding pen the local traders called a barracoon, a fenced compound where people already captured in raids inland were kept until a buyer arrived. The same hold the ROV would later measure board by board, long before anyone would come looking for it, was sitting empty in that harbor, waiting to be filled. One of the young men inside that barracoon was named Oluwale Kosola. He was 19 years old, the second son of his father's second wife, and that spring he had been training to become a soldier, the way young men in his town were expected to. Learning to defend a community he assumed he would spend his life protecting. He never got the chance. Soldiers serving the king of Dahomey attacked his town that April. Kosola, along with more than 100 of his neighbors, was bound and marched for days toward the coast. He would spend close to 3 weeks inside that barracoon, sleeping on the ground among strangers who spoke half a dozen different languages, before he ever laid eyes on the ship that was going to take him across an ocean. He did not know its name yet. Clotilda. Foster was offered somewhere around 125 captives at $100 each. He could not take them all. 2 other ships appeared on the horizon, and he believed they might be patrol vessels enforcing the ban on the trade. So he cut the transaction short. He pushed off with 110 people crowded below deck, Kosola among them. The 15 left standing on that beach were never accounted for again, in any record anyone has ever found. What followed was 45 days at sea, in a space built to haul lumber, not to hold people who needed to breathe, and move, and grieve for whoever they had just watched vanish behind them. Kosola would say, decades later, that the worst of it was not only the hunger and the thirst, though there was plenty of both. It was the humiliation of the whole ordeal. Packed below deck with strangers, no way to know if the ocean would ever end. He had a home. He had a mother. He had a future he had been training for. None of it traveled with him onto that ship. The Clotilda reached Mobile Bay on a Sunday in July, and that was when Mia, her, and Foster ran into.
Want to break into cybersecurity but don't have experience? The Google Cybersecurity.
That's human trafficking. That's it right there. We may say the rest of that next week.
All praises,
Yeah.
That was some good info.
Yes,
Yeah, that's good info, and it's good for you children to, and y'all are fortunate to have, you feel me, parents in y'all midst, and, really pouring wisdom into y'all, because a lot of questions y'all got, y'all can just ask good. A lot of people y'all age, man, they don't got nobody that can go and get that wisdom. But some of the wisdom to impart on y'all is stay up on current events, somewhat, right? You don't got to be no journalist, but you got to know what's happening, because what you're going to realize, you're going to get to the next stage, whatever that be in your life, the next level, sophomore, junior year. Once you start interacting with other cultures and people, you're going to start realizing they got different interests. And they got different priorities, and they're gonna sound a lot more, depending on what you intake, and they could sound way more advanced, and they really basic. You know what I'm saying? But you get around some of them other folks, they're gonna be talking about the Nolan case. They're gonna be talking about what Trump got going on with the
Listen, high school.
especially in high school.
They're gonna be pushing y'all voting.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all current events are gonna be more uncensored because y'all should be at the age where y'all mature enough now to handle these certain topics and not get too squeamish off of what you find or what you see.
Yeah.
So,
and also like they kind of watering y'all's down in certain areas and amping it up in others. Like, you know, they'll change the whole math system. I don't know how they doing their math and stuff. But when it comes to like the social studies, it's like they try to make that less what it was with colonization. Like it's just like politically wins. Like, no, this blood shit.
yeah. So this is going on along with the title, carnal mind versus spiritual mind. You know what I'm saying? So we see that one, we got to prove a friend, right? We've seen that young man was, and this happens often amongst us. So young man killed because he thought he was with friends and they were white, or not Khazars, but you know, from the Caucasus Mountain, white folk. He thought they was friends because looking at him, you think he might have been mixed, but looking at his parents, they both black. So you got one black man in a boat full of white folks, and countless videos online that show that even with that girl, I don't know if you've seen that girl, group of white girls was beating a black girl at somebody's house, and they was talking about killing her and all that. I think she made it out, but Matthew chapter 10 verse 22. Read this, Trey. What colors them words, son?
Red.
What does them red words mean? Who talking? Nope.
No.
Nope. What's his son name?
Sure.
All right. Go ahead and read it.
And ye shall be
hated
of all men for my name's sake. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved.
So we're gonna be hated for the Most High's sake, right? But his son gave this message because he was the true testament, right? So we're gonna be hated because we're doing what the Messiah is doing. We out here preaching the word. We out here knowing what we are as a nation of people, right? So you're gonna be hated for doing good. You're gonna be hated for not keeping the holidays. You're gonna be hated for keeping the feast days. So when it comes to proving a friend, every other nation know who you are. Every other nation know who you are. Whether you know who you are or not. Whether you know the law or not. Other nations know who you are. The Arabs?
Yeah.
Arabs know.
Indian dude.
Yeah.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, they know.
Stop. And then there's this one, welcome home when they pull up in Israel.
Mm-hmm. So they know who you are. So we got to be girded up.
And just, you know, like y'all gotta view yourselves. I tell my children all the time, like you your own brand. So how do you view your brand? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody want name brand.
You are the brand.
Your brand.
Yeah.
So
make your name pop.
Exactly. So you know, that's why y'all gotta be tapped in with the Most High too, because y'all ain't too young.
Yeah, and it wouldn't even matter. It wouldn't even matter how old you are.
Mm-hmm.
you still got a title on you. You still have an invisible title on you of who you are, no matter what age. There's been some youngsters been taken up out of here.
Exactly, too.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Let's not forget that we was Gator bait,
Yup.
right? So
We always been, especially especially the young black men, the young Hebrew boys, right? We always been a target from the time of Pharaoh to Herod, like I said, the Gator bait. So now, you know, I was just telling Mel about the kids doing them teen takeovers. You heard about them?
no.
They'll be down in Texas or down in Atlanta or something, like some of the big cities, and then all them teenagers get together and they just be able to go on ratchet stuff.
Almost like a flash mob type of thing.
Yeah.
They running gas stations and stores.
Yeah. But I mean, that's just probably like, let's say they probably at the game or something downtown.
Mm-hmm.
We about to team take over the game. Hundreds of teams just out there twerking, playing music, probably break out in a fight.
Yeah, it normally is the case with our people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We can't do nothing righteous.
You can't get 100 people come out for some righteous,
Nah, but we just did it at F3.
Yes,
Huh? We just did it at F3. We had more than 100 out there.
Yeah. And it's all, and that is some set apart minded individuals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, people walk around all day, the whole nation say they're a Christian nation. Well, you know, originally they did. I don't know what they say now. But they don't stand on no even, you know, Christian principles. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, it shows you that, like, only people that's serious about what they own is going, the fruits is gonna show. Yeah. So, you know, that's why we're telling y'all, don't be hypnotized by the devices and social media and all that. Like, if I was on my phone that much or on a device that much, best believe I'm getting something out of it. Yeah. So I think Keith, man, you done already jumped it off. You feel me? You already been touched on a lot. And like I said, a carnal mind versus spiritual mind, right? So basically, it's two different ways of thinking. So y'all know what carnal means? See, that's why we ask the questions, right? So all right, let's look up carnal in reference of 8. Let's start at 5 through 7. Romans 8, 5 through 7. It says, for they are, it says, let's start at verse 4. It said that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us. All right, so how's the righteousness of the law going to be fulfilled?
In us.
In us. Who walk not after the flesh. Mm-hmm. So you're not supposed to walk after the what? The flesh. The flesh. But after the spirit, or you hear the Hebrews say the ruach, right? Mm-hmm. So don't walk after the flesh, walk after the ruach. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. So if you're about the flesh, then you care about fleshly things. But they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. So as a Hebrew, as an Israelite, we should care about the spiritual things, right? Mm-hmm. So that's why, like, you go to school, you go out into the world, they don't have no decorations up for Sukkot. You know, you gotta go find that somewhere special. You gotta go online to find that or know somebody.
Yeah. If you're not affiliated, you ain't gonna see it. You ain't gonna see it. Or do it yourself. But it don't take much to go find some Halloween spooks or some Christmas canes. 2 months before that day even come. Mm-hmm. It'll be out early. Yup. And they always got one coming. Because Valentine's Day be coming right back up at that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, after the ruach, the things of the ruach.
For to be carnally minded is death.
To be worldly is death.
To be carnally minded is death. So that's what carnally minded to get you. But to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So when you walk around saying shalom, life and shalom.
Read that again now, because short leggers need to understand it. Even us adults too. But adults, most adults, know how to cut certain things off and vacate to give us some space. You know what I'm saying? But the short leggers or the children have it to where you tell them, go ahead and separate yourself. You ain't gotta be around them all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is how you alleviate issues and problems. So let's read that one more time so we can try to hit home with these short leggers on this mindset.
It's like for to be carnally minded is death.
All right, so bickering with one another, talking about one another, disobeying your parents.
It's death.
Right? Go ahead.
But to be spiritually minded is life and shalom, life and peace.
Right, so we want shalom. Right, we don't want chaos in our life because the world's already chaos. Right, it's peaceful in here. Right, you may hear the generational curse of the smoke detectors beeping just now. Right, but you don't see us in here arguing. Right, this is Shabbat, we chilling. But your home should be your sacred place. Right, so it's peaceful in here. Go ahead, Art.
Alright, so I'm gonna if you click on, can you show them what carnally means?
Let me put that strong. What was that at?
In verse like.
Here it goes, 6.
So this word is sarx, something like that. Sarx.
No, that.
Sarx. Sarx. So in the Greek, that's how they got it translated as sarx. Sarx. With a hard R, okay?
All right, Trey, come over here and read this. Let me get back to the. I don't know, for some odd reason, there's always a lag on my blue letter on this computer. Come on. Go ahead and read it out.
Okay, I'm gonna where it say outline biblical usage.
Yeah.
It's like flesh, the soft substance of the living body, which covers flesh. You know that we just read about. It says which covers the bones and is permeated with blood of both man and beast. So like your body, right?
Your body.
So that's the common understanding. It said the body of a man used as natural physical origin, generation, or relationship, born of natural generation. The sensuous nature of man, the animal nature. Are without any suggestion of depravity, the animal nature with craving which incite to sin. So now this one isn't about physicality, this one's about mentality. This one talking about nature, the animal nature. So when you talk about carnality, the physical nature of man as subject to suffering. All right, so we're talking about carnality, you're talking about basically the earthly things. It could be physical or this physical form. It could be physical or your physical body. But that's carnal, right? But also your mindset, physical things. You want flash money. You want to get a bunch of followers so you can be popular. That's focusing your mind on carnal things. But that's why I said, what? Store up your treasures in Shamayim.
With Shamayim? Peace. Nah, with Shamayim. Nah.
Oh, Shamaine?
Yeah.
Understanding.
All right, anybody, do anybody know what the Shamaim means?
Yeah, I should.
Mel, do you know what it means? Shamaim. Like the heavens.
Heaven.
All right, heaven. So the scriptures tell us to store up our treasures in Shamaim, not in earth. Right. So doing the what? What did you read earlier, man? The commandments. Doing the commandments is storing up your treasures. And it's not that you should be doing something because you think you're about to get a reward, but you should just be doing something because it's the right thing to do. If you finish the bottle of lemonade in the refrigerator,
Throw it away.
Throw it away.
It's like I was telling Trey last night. I said, Trey, why didn't you put the food up last night? I forgot. How you forget? You done turned every light off in here. You the last one to eat. You woke up to eat. I ain't wake you up. You woke up, say you gonna eat. Just put the food up. You know what I'm saying? So you can eat it the next day. You know what I'm saying? But be courteous.
You know, so when you care about your stuff, you'll start doing because it's your stuff. Or when you're the one that have to do it, you'll start doing it. Then one day you're gonna be saying, "My dad's to get on me for doing the same thing." Because look at my kids now.
And you reap what you sow.
Yeah, so you better start reaping good.
Yeah, because it's Most High says his word don't come back void. So whatever you put out as a youngster, and to be the Most High will that you see adulthood and have children, you better pray that your children don't do what you did. Because every generation different and a lot wilder.
This generation here, so what they trying to let y'all know America already crooked. It's already crooked. So what they telling y'all is acceptable socially. You know, when it comes down to even discipline your children. They used to whoop children in school. If y'all got in trouble, they would take you to the room.
To the principal's office.
To the principal's office, and with a paddle.
Big old paddle. Like a paddle board. That you can go.
Oh, like a canoe boat.
Yeah.
So that's how different times is, right? They used to beat you up in school to teach you. They would beat you.
Then call your parents.
Yeah. Now that never happened to me at school.
I came this close.
I came close.
See, when man, school 70,
Yeah.
IPS school, I got in trouble. And the teacher the principal she was a big woman. And she had a paddle on her desk. She had a little display stand.
Yeah.
So set at an angle, 90 degrees. I think it had her name on it. And she's like, well, you've been getting in trouble a lot this week. She's like, we about to just use this paddle on you. I was like, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
She's like, we're gonna call home too. I'm like, nah, just give me that paddle. Just go ahead and whoop me now. You ain't gotta call home.
Yeah.
Cause I was gonna get a whooping when I got home too.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey. That's how it was back then.
Yeah.
And I think they're gonna try to bring it back.
Oh yeah. They trying to bring it back. They're gonna have to. Eventually, they're gonna have we better bring it back.
Yeah.
Because listen, y'all, it's different. The mistakes that we could have made, and came out of it and they said, oh, it's just what teenagers do. Like y'all will, we not putting no bad on y'all, but y'all might not make it home quicker than we would make it home, right? We done did some wild stuff. We done been young, dumb, whatever. But the consequences is way more grave now. You know what I'm saying? And especially since we done chose the way of walking. Now the Most High looking at us to even be more tight on our offspring to make more better quality, right? That's a lot of folks that have a whole lot of children, but what's the quality of person you're rearing up? You see what I'm saying? So You know, when we talk about a different mindset of what Yahuwah got for you, look at the book of Proverbs, at verse 20, chapter 23 at verse 14. I'm gonna start at verse 13. Let's start at 12.
Yes, sir.
And here it goes. It say, apply thy heart unto instruction. All right, so apply, put forth some action. Y'all spend a lot of idle time not doing nothing.
Put effort into it.
Put effort into something. You know, whatever y'all into sports, you should be up practicing. Y'all at band, you should be practicing so you can be at the top tier. You know, if it's something you're struggling in, you should be tackling whatever you're struggling in so you can conquer that. Y'all gotta understand, y'all in the age of competition. Don't think that it's not about competition.
It's always been.
It's always been about competition. That's what they're not teaching us.
Even when you was a slave, it was about competition. Plantation versus plantation.
Yeah.
All for a bottle of some moonshine.
They'll take a buck and make them fight
to the death.
Man, dingo fighting. So, you know, don't think it's not about competition. So you gotta be sharp. You know, y'all sit there and watch them movies and them little Spider-Mans and all that that's coming out. But, you know, even in them, they showing you them people is at the top of their craft. Y'all top of y'all craft is swiping, what they call it, doom scrolling.
Yeah.
Y'all at the top of the craft of doom scrolling. You know what I'm saying? And that's not good, you know. So that's why we really encourage y'all. And you know, we can sit there and take y'all devices and do all this and stuff like that. At the end of the day, man, y'all gotta have it in y'all to say, man, I ain't got to be the lackluster one. And that's with anything you do. This is Proverbs 23 at verse 12. It says, apply thy heart unto instruction, and thine ears to the words of knowledge. Withhold not correction from the child. All right. So when the child do wrong, this is instruction to some parents, obviously, right? So when a child do wrong, according to Yahuwah, what do it say? Withhold not correction from the child.
Withhold not.
It don't mean saying, oh, well, I'll give them another chance. And I don't think that, you know, you don't want their feelings to be, it ain't saying nothing about that. This is old school.
Old school.
It said, for if thou beatest him with a rod, if thou beatest him, we're talking about our children that we love you very much, to beat you with the rod. You hear me?
With the rod.
It said, he shall not die.
Yep.
So what that mean? Don't beat him to the point. Now, we ain't out here breaking your ribs, right? But what my grandmother used to do, we had to go out there and get that switch. And you have to pick your switch. It's a branch. You get off a tree, you pick it yourself, strip the leaves off, bring it back in.
They be waiting for you at the door. Hurry up.
Hurry up.
My show's coming on.
Whoa.
My story's coming on. Yeah.
And if it ain't thick enough, then if it's too thin to where to break, she gonna make you get another one. And if it's too big to where, you know, some branches are too big, can't do nothing with it. Don't bring no branch in here. It better be a switch. And you got to hand that over to your grandparent, and they gonna welt you up. You gonna have welts on your leg. But guess what? We did not die, right? We hollered, we cried, but we did not die. And we end up being able to tell y'all our war story.
Yes, sir.
But we're telling y'all that because now the school system or the legal system will tell you, your parents can't whoop you.
Child abuse.
Child abuse. And children calling the police on their parents.
He beat me. He hit me. He took my game. He took my phone. Took my iPad.
No, he can't do that. You go ahead and give us your address so we can come over and get him. Because they're not for us anyway. They're not for your daddy. They're not for your mama. They for having you be another statistic. And once you make that call, we got us one. Got us a dum-dum. Got us a dum-dum.
When we say it goes deep, it goes deep. This is why you need to learn your laws. This is why it's imperative for y'all to know these commandments, to build your relationship with the Most High. Because just like Akmana was talking about how when we would praise the Most High in a time of trouble, and he would come and deliver us from them troubles. So same thing he did back then, he'll still do now. But you have to already build your relationship with the Most High, where you're praising him during your good time and your bad time, that you're not just dependent on him when it's time of need. You have to put in the work. Faith without works is dead. So if you're not showing the Most High that you are attempting to serve him to the best of your ability, you're going to have some slip-ups. But if you're just out here lawless, the Most High not hearing your prayer, it's an abomination. He hates abomination. Your prayers are abomination.
That's like somebody keep on calling your phone, spamming your phone, knocking at your door. It's, once you get to that point, like, I ain't even trying to hear this person. I ain't trying to see this person. I ain't trying to hear this person. This person not even working around me. And they keep on sending me these messages. Like, do you want the Most High to feel like that about you?
Over with.
It say in the book of 1 Peter 2, 1 and 2. Let me start at 1. 1 Peter 2 at verse 1 and 2. See, all right, it say at verse 1, wherefore laying aside all malice. So malice is like being mean, right? Violence and stuff. And guile, being deceptive, basically. Hypocrisies, basically like being fake, phony, capping, doing something that you say you don't do, standing for something you say you ain't about. Hypocrisies, envious, that is straight covetous, and all evil speakings. So we shouldn't be speaking evil.
Right.
It's as newborn babes. So when babies come out, they don't be evil, right? Everybody want to hold the baby. Everybody want to be around the baby. Baby's so cute, right? So cute. Well, he just threw up. Even when he throw up, if they say he's cute. You throw up now and see if we think it's cute.
Nigga, we told you not to eat that. Huh?
You know you have to clean that up.
Yeah.
So as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word. So they started off with the milk, right? A baby starts off with milk.
Nah, they ate that steak. That tomahawk steak. They be eating that tomahawk out.
If y'all see somebody trying to feed cold food to a little baby, please stop them giving at your age. Don't let nothing happen to the little babies. All right, we know babies drink liquid substance, right?
Why is that? Can a baby chew steak out?
Baby ain't got no teeth.
No teeth at all. Don't know the first thing about chewing. But we're gonna feed it some steak.
Yeah.
That makes no sense, right?
That don't make no sense.
So even in his walk, we got to feed the newbies with milk, as what the scripts say.
Yeah.
Even as what the scripts say, because you can't say you can't say certain things, and now they gonna choke up on what you said, and they not gonna receive it. They gonna reject it. What is rejection? What does the baby do when you burp a baby? Throw it up. It throw out the access that was troubling the stomach. So you have to feed them what they're supposed to. Feed them milk. And then as they grow and prosper in this walk, then you can start feeding them some mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, there's some oatmeal or whatever.
Yeah. Now it's starting to stick a little bit more. Now they starting to get a little bit plump.
So kind of like how we talking to y'all as children, right? But to y'all will be advanced in the spiritual realm, right? Because y'all done grew up. I know we put y'all on the spot and y'all choke or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes y'all probably sit back and things will hit y'all, that's the Ruach can hit y'all at the right time. But as y'all also start digging in for yourselves, it'll be sticking to you more and more. But y'all gonna be the more experts around the carnal-minded people that y'all around, right? So this is I'm in 2 Timothy, y'all.
2 Tim, dog.
You have 2 Timothy 4 and at 2. 2 Timothy 4 and 2. And we said, let the Ruach just run with it. We got our notes.
That's what we said.
But we said, let the Ruach run with it because that's exactly what we're talking about. We're talking about you can think that you're about to do something a certain way, but is it what the Most High is requiring?
We there.
So 2 Timothy 4 and 2, it said, preach the word, right? So he's commanding us, right, to preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers, having itching ears. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist. So when we go out and we're talking to the people, we're evangelizing. Street preaching, whatever, evangelizing.
So y'all remember when we give out food to the homeless folk, right? We give out food. So you may see McKello over here with one brother talking to him about his necklace. Because just because they're without a home or have the necessities of food and whatnot, now they seeing attention grabbers. Now they seeing what you got on. Now they're gonna ask questions. So now that's your opportunity to what?
That's my ways.
Explain what it is to be an evangelist of the word of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Or then how the spirit moves. All right. Hey, you like this chain so much here. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what means behind it. This is what it means up underneath. They gonna, and then so hey, them homeless folks, they making a joke, but at the same time, it's kind of true, right? They say if you want to know some deep knowledge, ask a homeless person. So if you was to give somebody something like that, they gonna spread that knowledge. Hey man, this line of tulip. You know what I'm saying? This is they gonna cling to that knowledge.
And you'd be surprised and amazed of how many folks who are so-called homeless, I ain't even want to call them homeless because they're just downtrodden. They travelers. You know what I'm saying? Because they travel. You may see them on the west side today, he be on the east side tomorrow. You're like, dang, I just seen you over there. Yeah, I got to get around. So you'd be surprised of what the knowledge that they hold. And the knowledge be like, dang, I ain't think of it that way. So yeah, so never kick a man while he's down. But why if you over there and you see him down, holler at him, pick him up and get some knowledge from him and see where the medium at. Because I forget that the Messiah was homeless too.
Yup.
Messiah was homeless. He didn't have a place to lay his head. He traveled from city to city. I don't think it was called states then, but he traveled from place to place. And whoever welcomed him in, that's where he stayed at for the night. You know, him being the Messiah, everybody wanted him to stay a little bit longer, but now he got to go do the Most High business.
Yeah.
I tarry with you for 2 days.
Yeah.
But on that third day, I got to go. Yeah.
You ain't about to even give me no bad name because you're gonna say the Messiah. I mean, he was cool, but he was just over here, just kind of long, didn't know when to leave. Like,
Yeah, nah, I'm through
get
here.
out of there.
Hey, when I come back, I know you good people.
Yeah.
Right? So bam. Go on to the next one.
Shit, I was holding it down.
Hold it down.
Okay.
For 33 years.
33 years. He said this. He said, but watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof thy ministry. So you gotta make your ministry foolproof. So you gotta tighten up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta know.
That hit home right there.
What do I believe? Why do I believe what I say? What's the difference between believing and knowing? Right? Like, do you know what you know? Or do you just believe what you've been told?
Are you confident in what you know? That you not, somebody come and challenge you with something, you're not gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, you right. Or you can be like, nah, this is what it say. But now, like we said, the script, certain parts of the script is open to a certain amount of people.
Mm-hmm.
So you may not got that knowledge that person got. You be like, okay, I'll check that out when I get back in my study time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But are you confident in what you know, that you know you a Hebrew, that you're Israelite, that you know the Messiah did this, that you know he died for being a just man? Do you know these things? How can you prove that you know these things?
Mm-hmm.
Where can you find it at? Right?
Yeah. So, like, for us growing up, we sat up in the church a lot of hours. You know what I mean?
Oh.
We,
Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Hey, New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, like all the holidays.
Halloween, harvest. They called it harvest.
Now, I do get it. Like real Christians, you know, even with their pagan days and all that, that's really sticking to Christianity. You know what I'm saying? They really sticking to their Christianity. They'll bring in the New Year's in church. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people did that. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, what I start seeing really as time went on, people just really playing Christian and don't do nothing even church related except Easter also.
Yeah, that's not even church related because it's still off. And it's still worshiping another God.
Mm-hmm.
But when you come to following the carnal mind and the customs of men, that's what you're gonna come into. That's what you're gonna get.
Yeah. So like we was talking about desiring the milk, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it said desire milk. Think about a hungry baby. You don't have to convince a hungry baby to want milk. How hungry are you for the word? So that's the question. How hungry are you for the word, even in a baby state, even in an infant state? How hungry is your mindset for the word and the doctrine of the Most High?
Mm-hmm.
That ye may grow thereby. Milk has a purpose, growth. The objective isn't becoming extremely good at drinking milk. All right, it's to grow from it, right? You start drinking milk, you get stronger, you grow bigger, you start eating your vegetables. The vegetables is better for you than milk. Right now, I'm off the milk. And remember, they was drinking milk from their mother.
Mm-hmm.
Right, they was being breastfed. So that's also, you basically up under your mother all day. That connection.
Ate that wheel.
Huh?
Ate that wheel.
Oh.
the true buffet.
Yup, just whatever. Okay, now you gotta get weaned off the milk, weaned off the breast, so you can say, okay, it's okay, my stomach ground to that degree. It ain't worth crying.
Yeah.
You see, so you gotta get weaned from the milk at some point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hit 1 Corinthians 3:1. It's talking about carnal mind, spiritual mind, carnal mind. Because we're trying to get a spiritual body.
Yeah.
We're spiritual beings in a carnal body. We're trying to reverse that ultimately to be completely spiritual and be in a completely spiritual world. That's what's coming next. What's coming next is complete spirituality is reality. That'll be the only reality.
Yeah, we're gonna get the original body back.
Yeah.
But remember, y'all, this skin is a curse, right? Your spiritual body ain't gonna need no deodorant to stay clean. You ain't gonna need no soap. This is a curse from the beginning of time.
Straight up.
Right? Because of lawlessness.
That's why you get funky.
That's why we get funky. That's why we got.
It don't say that you get no sweet savor after you get done. You're funky.
Yeah, and this is why you hear a lot of Hebrews say, "I'm nothing but a filthy rag."
Mm-hmm.
So it don't matter how much you wash yourself and it appears for you to be clean, you're still dirty.
That's why these people look so silly to me. Even these entertainers and everybody were like, this materialism, it just looks so silly to me.
Yeah, like, yeah, it look good.
It look good.
It
I ain't
look
knocking
good.
nobody that look good. I ain't knocking nobody that look good. If you looking good, you shining, you run on 20 rows, whatever. It look good. But like when you start worshiping it.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the
goofy.
issue. Like, folks going down to the car show. Ooh, I love this car.
Yeah.
Ooh, that car hard. Nah, it's just a car. It got some jewelry on it.
Yeah. It's cool
But
little artwork.
yeah.
I appreciate the artwork.
But now should you worship it? No.
They gonna kill you over it.
Hey man.
Come on out there.
Yeah, come up out of there. As much as I want some stuff, every time I said I want some shoes for my car. And most I say, oh, you get you some shoes, you get you some tires on. Yeah, I'm saying. So yeah, it's cool to have these certain things, but the more flashy you are, the more issues you have with it.
Yeah.
Even though you're not in the street, your car looking good, somebody's going to desire that and want that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is it worth your life? No. Could you do something better with the money that you put in that car?
Yes.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We got a ministry out here. We supposed to be feeding the homeless, taking care of the widow, taking care of the fatherless. So we got a lot of things that we can do with this money.
And man, if you just do the will of the Father, everything will come back to you.
Come back to you. Look at Job.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Look at look at you. Anybody in the Bible that you see that was in it doing the most I will.
When Peter he cast out the net, and they said he brought so much fish up, he ain't never had to even fish no more.
Yeah, he was set for life. He became a rich man.
Yeah.
Huh?
So people tell you, so don't let nobody just we want y'all to learn this for yourselves. That's better. Learn everything for yourself. We giving y'all the information, but look, you gotta be a critical thinker. All right, y'all are in a very weird time. AI is out. AI's not about to make you smarter. It's gonna make you dumber.
Yeah.
Just like with the typing, you remember when they started correcting your speech when you're talking on the text?
Yeah.
Your vocabulary ain't as sharp as it used to be because they suggesting all the words to you.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Vocabulary and speech, back when we was coming up, you knew who had some vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
Like our parents had some vocabularies on.
Boy.
But like back then, people had dictionaries in their car at least.
dictionaries,
you know, the
map.
sources, maps, knew how to read it. Bust a map out, big as this table. Oh, we're here.
I just seen a dude on the way to Georgia. He was going to F3. He was on a motorcycle. Old white man. Standing at the back of his motorcycle with his highlighter, marking out his route where he's going to take. Folded it up, put it back, hopped on that bike and was gone. No GPS.
No GPS. That was the original GPS.
The original. This is why it's important for y'all when we do these lessons to, 1, take notes, 2, pay attention, 3, reprocess of what you written down, what you heard. You have to be interactive. You know what I'm saying? Sitting down and being bored is
it ain't the way.
It's
You better
not.
off just using that tactic. Like Shabbat is a real good practice for everything that you better face this week. You might as well get social at school. You might as well get social in the classroom. Try to answer the question. Get the easy answers at minimum.
Like we just saying, like
I
all
done answered 5 of the questions. Sure, I ain't got to answer nothing else. Teach. They ain't gonna call on you after that.
right, man. Just looking at this, like how we talking about y'all being in school in high school. Just with the Bible alone, you have every topic in the script. You have every English. You're gonna have to do a project on something. Why not do it on something that you more certified in? Why not do it in the script? Right? And then you get a bad grade on it. Now your parents gonna come and bat for you. Well, why should get a bad grade on this? It wasn't with the thing. I said, no, this is what your rubric says. They did A, B, C, and D. So now why are you being biased towards my child? Because we in the Bible.
It's one of the best literature ourselves.
Yeah. Bestseller to this day.
So yeah.
They had to take it off the list because no other book was going to beat the Bible in the number one book rank. The Bible was going to hold itself strong.
Because it was that much far ahead.
That much far ahead.
So they said, hey man, you didn't reign champion enough. You're the undisputed champion.
Undisputed. They had to take them off the shelf. Retired the BIBLE in the rapture.
You know how to retire the jersey?
Yeah. Forever go.
Forever go.
That's
facts.
Now they had to, because if the Bible was still on the top book list, no other author would have made the number one.
Yeah, ever. They're too far behind.
They're too far behind, and no matter how much you read, you have to make another Bible to even get on to get on the list.
It'd have to be a whole nother dang.
You have to be a whole nother Bible that had to beat the original.
They have to catch the cloud.
Yeah, and then you got the spin-offs of the original Bible.
Yeah.
So you got to come in competition with them. You got competition with the NIV.
Yeah. He way ahead of it.
Yeah. So y'all have to pay attention. So y'all, it's free game. It's an open book. You know what I'm saying? Just like we talking to y'all about it, we also talking to ourselves about it. Because we all got the same skin on. It's just a little bit darker, maybe a little bit wider, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
We all got the same curse on.
Navigate this curse.
This is why we have to stay in the script.
Stay spiritually minded.
Be proactive with the script.
So when you're in the class and your teachers was talking and they open it up to and say, well, you know, who was the first one over here? You can say, not Columbus, nah, you know. But
for real.
But you know, you'll be able to interact with the teacher and say, well, teach, we know that the answer is Columbus, but it was already indigenous people over here, so we know that, you know.
I mean, you know how these are easy A's, man. If they was to ask you, they won't even ask you this. But if they was to ask you who created the educational system, you say the Rothschilds, they're gonna be like, huh? And then you prove that they did it and how grimy of a family that is. now you going from being a light to your peers, now you've been a light to your teacher, because now your teacher, because the script say the young gonna teach the old, right? So now you teaching your teacher some stuff that she ain't never heard of, and she probably just an innocent person.
And then she gonna be really reading your papers like, I'm trying to see this.
Yeah. Right? It's just like not every cop is affiliated with the FOP, the Fraternal Order of Police. Right? It's not. So you have some good cops out there who just innocent, want to do their job, make their city better. You got some teachers out there who just want to see the next generation good and do good and with their stuff. So this is free game, free age for y'all, man, for school.
Yeah. So 1 Corinthians 3. 1 Corinthians 3 and 1. It say, and our brethren. So we kind of progressing now. Like, right, so he wasn't mad when they was babes on milk. Because they was babes on milk. He wasn't mad because they was babes. But now we're a little bit deeper into the game, right? Just like we talking to y'all. We deeper in now to where y'all are children still to us, but y'all ain't babes. Y'all ain't little. Y'all done seen each other grow up. You know what I'm saying? So y'all start off like little stair steppers. But now y'all, you know, it's getting to that age. So it's gonna be higher expectations, right? That's just life. And all of these is just trends of life. It's like, and our brethren could not speak unto you as spiritual, but as unto carnal, even as unto babes in Mashiach, babes in Christ. I can only speak to you like you was a babe. I have fed you with milk and not with meat. All right, so remember we was talking about you feed the baby milk, not meat, because you don't want them to choke. For hitherto ye were not able to bear it. Up until this point, you couldn't bear it. You couldn't handle this meat up until this point. But now you got some teeth poking out. It says, neither yet now are ye able. Well, he said, no, you still ain't even able.
Yeah.
Okay. He said, for ye are yet carnal. All right, he's really on their head. For whereas there is among you envying, this is how he's gauging them. He's gauging them saying, I know that you're carnal because there's envying going on and strife and divisions. Are ye not carnal? Aren't you carnal? Won't you just fight with your brother over $5?
Over the remote?
Over the remote. That's carnal.
Over a seat?
That's carnal to its fullest. And walk as men. Aren't you carnal? And don't you walk like men? For while one saith, I am of Paul. All right, now he's talking about the teachers. People who say they following certain teachers. For one say, I'm of Paul, and another, I'm of Apollos. Are ye not carnal? All right, I'm HOCC big boy. You know what I mean?
This is General Johanna's block.
Yeah. This is who's block and all that. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's carnal. So even if you're talking about something spiritual, we talking about street preaching.
Yeah.
And these two factions can't even
unite.
Be severed.
Yeah.
Can't unite. Why couldn't they say, hey, look, man, what y'all about to preach on? How about we tag team this?
Yeah.
If they come through and see all these brews, they'll be like, why y'all got two different colors? Oh, man, we don't even know them. We just so happen to bump into each other, but should we on it?
Yeah, and the backstory is we used to be one.
Yeah, really. Yeah. But that was just a bit more powerful than beating each other up on camera and then looking like fools.
It's the same with the Bloods and the Crips, right? They came and united at one point in time, a few times actually. But the main one I think I remember, when Nipsey passed, and then when Tookie Williams was on death row, and you hear the story about Tookie Williams, you were like, nah, Leave him in there.
Yeah.
He got to go. He took too much of that booger sugar. And then they cleared out a whole block.
It's a problem.
He a problem. And then he was on steroids too, and some booger sugar. Shit, leave that nigga in there.
All right, man, we're gonna finish up, man. But I think it was a cool conversation. Let's go to Proverbs 4 and 5. And I think it was a cool conversation, and get your children used to, you feel me, expressing yourselves, man. Because if you don't do it, somebody's gonna do it for you. Then they're gonna tell you who you is. They trying to take away your critical thinking function.
Yeah, and then especially the young men, because if it be the Most High will, y'all gonna be fathers one day. So y'all gonna have to learn these scriptures, and then even you, Arya, you're gonna be a wife one day. So in order for you to prove a husband, he have to know the script. You have to know the script, so you don't be bamboozled into a relationship, and then now you out here stuck like Chuck because this nigga don't know nothing, and you know more than him, and he don't want to learn from you because you're a woman. You know what I'm saying? So you have to decipher, and us men too, we can't get caught up on what the women got and be lost out here too, because women is crafty. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to be stuck like Chuck. You're going to have a ward of headaches. Right? So we have to do our due diligence and actually take this word seriously, speaking to myself first, then to y'all. Because y'all don't have no children yet. Y'all don't have no relationships yet. Y'all relationship need to be focused on the Most High. So when that time comes, you talk to your dad, or my children talk to me and say, I want to get out there and find me a wife, or find me you shouldn't have to be looking anyway. But the boy be like, I want to find me a wife. All right, now your daddy can check off and was like, all right, you good. All right, I can approve you going out looking for a wife. I think you'll be good out on your own. Or they can be like, nah, you need to stay home for a while. Go to work, come home, get into your work, and do that. All right, go ahead. I said it.
You want to be solid before, you don't never want to take on the next step of life without being prepared for it.
Whoa.
Preparation, right? So look at everything that you do on a weekly basis, even when it gets to prep day. See how the scriptures is the only, Yahuwah is the only way that got everything sewed up like this. He always teaching you preparation. We prep every week.
Every week.
You should, and you might do better this week than the last week or whatever, but that's the whole goal, is to get better. That's what they're saying. You started off on milk, but man, look, at this point, up until this point, I was able to give you some meat. Now I can give you some meat, but I still can't because you ain't got your mind right.
Yeah, for sure.
So get your mind right so you can receive. So it's saying Proverbs 4 and 1, it say, hear ye children, the instruction of a father, and attend to know understanding. So even if he's talking to grown folks, he's talking to them like we're talking about the father of Shamaim.
You still should, according to the Most High.
According to the Most High. So it's always that order. Father, children. Father, mother, and children. Right? It say, hear ye children, the instruction of a father, and attend to know understanding. Attend. You're supposed to attend school right now, is what they do, right? So you gotta be present. You gotta be present at the Shabbat, even at a young age. We set up in plenty pews reluctantly, but we weren't tripping like that. We had imaginations. We probably had a little peppermint, We was a little more content, able to sit a little more still without anything in front of us back then. But that's a part of learning too. So even that's built in the Shabbat. Sometimes you just gotta sit a while. You just gotta do it, right? What you gonna do? They used to stand on Shabbat. You wanna stand up?
For hours.
For hours, reading the scriptures. Just reading it. And they couldn't even read. Someone's reading to them. You got a book that you can bring, you got a device you can pop out, you can read along. They just have to hear and hope they can catch somebody walking by to bust it down.
Mm-hmm.
It say, verse 2, for I give you good doctrine. So he's giving you good doctrine. Forsake ye not my law. Don't forsake what I'm telling you. Don't do the opposite of what I'm telling you. Do what I'm telling you to do. For I was my father's son, tender and only beloved in the sight of my mother. He taught me also and said unto me, let thine heart retain my words. Keep my commandments and live. See, the commandments keep you safe. So everything you hear talking about all continually, always talking about the commandments keep you safe. Keep my commandments and live. On the other side, what do you think that means? If you don't keep the commandments, what he say is dead.
Yeah.
To be carnal minded is dead.
Mm-hmm.
It said, get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So all praises to the Most High willing. Y'all got some understanding out of that. All praises to the Most High. Say todah to Charlie, man. You know, he has some good information he brought out. I want to say one more thing. Thinking about this Dr. Fauci stuff.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith came on there and apologized to Kyrie Irving and some of the other celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but this is why we encourage people to be self-thinkers.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you is one of them people that went and, you know, got the because they say you can't say it or something.
So I say it. Got the jab. Got that shot.
Jab.
Yeah. Went to that needle.
So when the Hebrews was telling y'all, the Hebrews not the only faction that was telling y'all, but I gotta say, man, we was letting y'all know.
We was letting y'all know. Straight up.
We was letting y'all know. Kyrie Irving had professed to be a Hebrew around that time, right?
Yep.
Now we know now he might be on some other stuff, but around that time he had professed that. Kyrie Irving had professed to be a Hebrew Israelite. It was all that what they don't want Ron Dalton name out there for, from Hebrews to Negroes, and they gave him slack for it. And now Stephen A. Smith then come on talking about, I'm man enough to come on here and apologize and say I'm sorry and things like that. But you see how they trick y'all out y'all spot? Like Kyrie came back and apologized for saying statements and stuff, and they got Kanye West saying
had to come back to apologize.
If you want to keep your stuff. But see, y'all shouldn't apologize. And Stephen A. Smith, y'all shouldn't believe that apology. You know what I'm saying? But it was a story. I thought you was about to bring it up earlier, but you had spoken another story. It was a dude that was like, he never took the flu shots. He never did none of that. But he ended up taking it because Fauci and them was pushing it so heavy. He went and took it, got sick, almost died, and he regret taking it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people like that. But see, that's what happens when you carnal minded. Because we've been telling y'all in the spirit and in the Ruach, and we led in the Ruach to do this, we led in the Ruach to do that. But y'all don't want to listen because y'all want to sit here and say, oh, well, it's a bunch of books I ain't never heard of. Like, y'all can't, it's a thin line between trusting these facts these people give us and still having some critical thinking, right? And that's where the Ruach can be able to dwell in between there somewhere. Because you got to be able to think for yourself. You can't just take what the masses give you on information and think that this is what it is. The slave Bible only had like 200 something verses in it.
Yeah.
Out of all it is. You see what I'm saying? So how you gonna sit up here and think they got your best interest in mind? You better think for yourself. You better let the Ruach inhabit you. So that's why we're preaching and teaching. Hey, this is how you clear your vessel so the Ruach can inhabit your mind. So, you know, that's all I want to say. Just to point out, you let somebody trick you out your spot. You let somebody trick you. Now all these people running around did that. And, you know, just be honest. You're kind of nervous. You don't know. And you'll never know. And, you know, there's plenty of stuff they doing to make us, you know, they spray the chemicals in the air and everything, but we just don't know it. And you willfully did that. But that shows us that you willfully will take that mark.
Yeah.
That was all just a pre-trial run.
They gave incentives too. They gave rewards for you getting the jab. Get the jab, get you a free chicken sandwich, right? That was towards the black people. Because they knew black folks were skeptical about taking that.
So we gotta give you some.
So, okay, take this free sandwich that more than likely that was shot up with the COVID, with the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? So here, Caleb, read this Matthew chapter 10, 28. What color is that?
Red.
Who talking?
The sign.
Good job. Read it out.
And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but further and fear him which is able to destroy both souls and body in hell.
Right? So fear not man. Right? That's what they did.
Man can kill the wood.
The man can kill the body all day long. That's all he has no more use when your body dies.
So all these murderers out here, it's a bunch of people killing people's bodies.
It's killing people's bodies. Now we know that you reap what you sow, what we spoke earlier. So we, depending on what you did, more than likely you already know where you gonna go. If you're out here killing folks, out here robbing and stealing, being lawless, you got a place in the lake with the snake.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? If you out here keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, you keeping the Shabbats, you being good to your brother and sister, whether you know them or not, even to the stranger, you more than likely have a spot in Abraham's kingdom or Abraham's bosom. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna be at peace. But there's no rest for the wicked. So as soon as you close your eyes, it's like the rich man did when he opened them up. He said, "Woo, Father Abraham, that Lazarus over there." He said, "It sure is. You send him over here, give me some water." And not knowing that he's in the midst of the gulf of water and couldn't even touch it to cleanse his thirst. So we have to not fear the man on anything that they talking about, whether your life on the line or not, because it's appointed for a man to die. Right? We may not even make it to the 1,000-year millennium reign. So we got to make sure that our election is sure that we'll be there at that great white judgment and getting them famous words. Well done, my good and faithful servant.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
One more that you brought to mind now,
Go
Proverbs 17 and 23. And it reads, a wicked man taketh a gift out of the bosom to pervert the ways of judgment. All right, so when we talking about, man, they give you a chicken sandwich, take a jab. You know, they took a gift out of their bosom. Here, take the jab for a chicken sandwich. And now your help on the line for, you know,
gaining your trust.
Yeah, and they do that with your friends, might do that with you, right? Somebody, they perverting your judgment with these gifts. So don't let, that's why we are strong against materialism, because don't let these materialistic things become your Elohim, become your God. Don't let these materialistic things become your idol to where, you know, it's about some shoes or an image, or even an image on a social platform can be an idol.
Yeah.
You understand? Anything that's contrary to this is an idol. So it's a very lively, it's a live action update. You know, you can't be stagnant in the word. That's the difference between your life and others. You can't be stagnant. You know, other people can be stagnant. They can say, well, you know, this is what I think, this is what I believe, this is what mom's gonna believe. It just is what it is. Y'all are called to forever get closer to the Most High. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And think about the words you say, the Most High. Ain't nothing higher than the Most High.
No, sir.
Yes, sir. So all praises to the Most High, man. We want to say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We'll holler at y'all next time.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.